and I think they really pulled it off pretty well.
Pulling off this multi-million-dollar funhouse took more than 7 years. Over 168,000 square feet of hand-carved surfaces and 55 hand-painted murals were created and then aged. Disney Imagineers also created hundreds of separate special effects and an entirely new computer-controlled ride system.
Unlike the movies, we have to make these effects play real for our guests every 18 seconds. And I think that we've really very successfully created an environment where everything looks like it's falling apart. There's explosions, there's beams coming out of the eye, there's things popping out at you from all over the place.
In terms of Disneyland, it's the most thrilling ride in the park, that's for sure. But also for those ride aficionados that have been going to parks and parks and parks, there isn't anything ever that's been created that's like this. This is not a roller coaster. It's not a simulated movie. It's a very unique experience.
Next, we blast into a new era of dark rides and see how high-tech special effects are reshaping the modern funhouse. 40 years before Walt Disney transformed an orange grove into the happiest place on earth, silent movie producer Carl Laemmle founded the Universal Motion Picture Manufacturing Company. Today, it is known simply as Universal Studios Hollywood. Taking a cue from Disney's success, Universal began to create theme parks built around funhouse rides based on their hit films. In the early 1990s, they combined cutting-edge, motion-based simulator technology with classic funhouse elements to create the breakthrough attraction, Back to the Future, the ride.
Not only did he sit in a vehicle that resembled what was in the movie, but the actual movie itself was extremely realistic. It was sort of the first attraction to come along to put everything really together and bring it home that you were really experiencing Back to the Future.
Directed by special effects wizard Douglas Trumbull, considered by many the father of motion simulator technology, Back to the Future the ride set the hallmark for the motion-based attractions that followed. Trumbull combined 70mm film imagery and computer-controlled hydraulics to create an entirely new funhouse experience.
The accuracy of delivery is very important. The image has to be very sharp and very close to the kind of visual field that we see in reality. And by wrapping the image all around you, you can really immerse people in that sort of sensory experience. You must also deliver a sound field that wraps around you as well and corresponds to that image. The physical motion must also be perfectly synchronized with what you see, or it can be nauseating, annoying. It can be a very unpleasant experience if it's not done really well.
After Back to the Future, Trumbull formed a creative partnership with the IMAX Corporation. They used a miniature funhouse set, stop-motion animation, and puppets to create Funhouse Express.
Where's my ride operator?
The story behind this 4-minute attraction centers on Jimmy, the funhouse ride operator, and his mean boss.
Enjoy yourself! Hey, what are you doing?
Their conflict plunges riders into a wild and wacky world.
A good motion-based simulation experience is one where a great storyteller has a great story to tell that takes you from A to B to C. You're placed in a wonderful immersive environment, you go on an impossible journey, and you survive. A bad motion-based simulation experience is one where there is the idea that the motion-based experience is so wonderful, all we need to do is that. Nobody cares about the technology. What people care about is having a great experience they can't have anywhere else.
And action camera.
Building on the success of Funhouse Express, the IMAX production team took to the streets of San Francisco for their next project.
Uh-oh.
Crescendo. This zany, surprise-filled, motion-based ride follows the antics of a maniac mobile pianist.
We wanted to try to create a contemporary ride simulation experience that would really be like the best of the Marx Brothers or Laurel and Hardy or Charlie Chaplin. And we tried to get that kind of delightful, fun, off-the-wall, crazy, physical stunt gag kind of feeling in a live-action ride. And we also wanted to experiment with our development of this device called a motion microphone, which is a set of accelerometers that actually record the physical motion that the camera experiences so that we can play those recordings into the hydraulic system and exactly feel what was felt during the photography of those scenes. We're entering an area where our dreams are becoming reality. At least the dreams of an imaginative filmmaker can become almost a reality experience for millions of other people.
Next, we explore new worlds as Steven Spielberg's cinematic visions come to life in big-budget dark rides. And we'll discover what the future holds for the Funhouse of tomorrow. In the 1990s, Universal Studios set the hallmark for motion-based simulator rides. In addition to Back to the Future, one very imaginative filmmaker, Steven Spielberg, is responsible for two of Universal Studios' most popular attractions, both of which are updated versions of traditional Funhouse rides. E.T.'s Adventure takes advantage of the best elements of a classic dark ride and the worldwide popularity of the film's lovable alien.
One of the important things about it is that it has a character that everybody loves and everybody knows, and that gets you right into the storyline immediately. And then once you get on the ride, you experience all the thrill and fun that E.T. and his friends went through when he tried to get back to his planet. But the other thing about it is it goes beyond the film. It goes to the planet E.T. came from, and it explores that world, which is a very different kind of place.
Another one of Spielberg's blockbuster films to get the Funhouse treatment at Universal Studios Hollywood is Jurassic Park: The Ride. A direct descendant of old-fashioned water-powered dark rides, this $100 million prehistoric extravaganza taps into basic fears essential to creating a successful Funhouse experience.
People have both a fear and a fascination with dinosaurs, especially children. And the Jurassic Park ride takes all of that and the knowledge of the movie that was very successful and combines them into experience that is actually in your face.
This is not about riding in a boat and watching dinosaurs over in the distance. This is about experiencing the story of Jurassic Park firsthand.
Our security system is shut down. Do you understand?
This is something that happens to you. The dinosaurs are almost within your grasp as you go through the attraction and impact you in pretty visceral and exciting ways.
Creating this 6-acre, 8-story, in-your-face experience took more than 5 years. Ride designers had to literally invent a new form of animatronics, as well as a special water-immersible skin covering in order to bring the dinosaurs to life.
This is really what virtual reality is all about. It's not about something you put on your head and see a condensed image on 3 sides of you. This really is a chance to, three-dimensionally live the movie.
Visitors to Universal Studios Florida theme park are enjoying a different kind of three-dimensional experience. Terminator 2 3D is a theatrical high-tech hybrid attraction produced by Digital Domain.
I definitely think Universal has raised the bar a little bit with Terminator 2. They have